Well, Father's Day is almost here, and we need to do something special for dear old Dad.
That's exactly right. You need to do something special for your dear old dad or your G-Pop, whichever it is.
Right.
This was something that was popular probably about 5 or 6 years ago, and people would paint cinder blocks and then stack them and make different planters out of them.
Nice.
So we're going to take a single cinder block and make it into a planter today.
Okay.
Now, what you want to use is you want to use an acrylic latex paint, or you want to use a paint that's made for concrete floors or something like that.
All right.
So we're going to pick what side we want to paint on, and then what we're going to do is just use painter's tape, and we go across this, and we're going to make a design on it. And because I have a little bit of concrete on this, which I really like, because it gives it a little bit of depth to it, I'm going to make some lines, and we'll put one this way. So I think I'm going to do that like that for mine. Now, what I want to do where this comes over like that is I'm going to just take some scissors, or you could take like an X-Acto knife or something like, well, maybe I will take the X-Acto knife. I'm just going to cut right along that to get rid of that piece that goes over here, because I want to paint that section, but I wanted to have the other section taped off. So we each have a plate here, and we're going to use the sponge brushes that they have for paint. I think I'll start with a little bit of orange. It does take quite a bit of paint because the concrete is porous,
right,
and it has a lot of indentations on it. So you're going to just load up, and then when you stamp on it, what you want to do is you want to go from the tape edge towards the cinder block so that you're not pushing it under the tape. And that section's painted now.
Okay, this would be fun also if you had the children or the grandkids maybe handprints or something like that.
That would be a great idea too, yes. And it would be a living memory then, because you would have them at that size. You could date it.
Oh, you're right, that would be fun. The paint does go a long way though.
Yes, remember anywhere we leave the tape on it is going to be the color of the cinder block.
It's good to keep in mind when you're putting the tape down, right?
Correct. And if you want to do something different and cover that area, you have to wait for your other paint to dry. Now, when I was doing the project, because I wanted to keep on going right away, I just took a heat gun and dried it.
All right.
And then I could put the tape on it right away. You could do that with a blow dryer too. It just dried the paint a lot quicker on the cinder block. So now what we're going to do is when we pull the tape off.
Oh, look at how nice that looks.
It gives you some nice painting right there on the cinder block. Okay, let's say your dad really likes to do puzzles, okay? So we get a puzzle, and then we're going to take puzzle pieces and glue them on here to write the word dad, okay?
Or so
pop,
fun.
or whatever you call him. Or say he's into tools. So if you do this like this, you have the letter A.
I love that idea.
And what I did was I took a screwdriver and took the tubing here and made the D. So it's all different things you can do, but to glue it on to the cinder block, what you're going to need is you can use like a Gorilla Glue heavy duty construction adhesive, and that you can actually get in a tube. You don't have to get it with the caulking gun. Or another one that works really well is JB Quick Weld. And that is a 2-part product that you mix together. It sets within 6 minutes, but it needs 6 hours to cure.
So would that like work in the elements, even though, you know,
yes, they would, yes. So, but what is a really good tip when you're gluing stuff together like this, like say we're gluing this on the front of here. What I would do is I would take my hot glue and put a dot right here, and I would put a dot right here and a dot right here. And we would do that with the hot glue gun. So we'd have a dot there, and a dot there. Then we would take our other glue and run it in between that. So what that does is when we take this and press it down where we want it, the hot glue is going to instantly bond it. And then you don't have to stay and hold it.
That's a
waiting
great
for
idea.
it to cure. And this one is all ready for us to go.
I love it. That looks so good.
Okay, so we did this out of tools. This is a clamp. We have the slide washer. We have a screwdriver, another screwdriver, the tubing. And so this is where I said I put and did it, lined it with the Sharpie and then touched it up a little bit. And I think it turned out really, really cute.
Oh, Keith, that looks so adorable.
Now what we did was I just went and We have so many of these around right now, this time of the year after planting all of our plants. I found some that just slid right down on the
perfect.
inside of the cinder block. So what that's going to do is give us perfect planting areas inside of that. That, if we want to, we could set this outside for the summer, but if we wanted to just take the plants in for the fall and winter, you could
Easy.
slip them right out like that. So what we want to do is we want to fill it probably about halfway up with soil, and we'll start and we'll make an indentation in there. This is actually called String of Dolphins.
I love that one.
Okay, you can see it does have a good root system. It's rooted in well. I'm going to take and push that down in there.
So don't break it up at all.
Nope, they don't need to be. And we're not adding fertilizer, we're not adding any soil moisture or anything, because the succulents don't want anything like that. They just need to be in the soil. Once you have it planted, then what I'm going to do is I think I'll put the String of Dolphins over here. This is a crassula that we're adding here. So we have the String of Dolphins, a crassula, and now we're going to put an echeveria in the final one, and that's sort of like a rosette one, and we'll put that in the center so that we have the two thinner ones on the outside of our arrangement, and that gives us a really, really nice look. Want to put them in a full sun area. And again, they can be left on the dry side, okay? So you would want to wait until the surface is really dry before you water it again. You could probably fertilize it half strength once a month, but it really doesn't need that much. They just thrive on neglect. Now we have the three of those in there. And now what we're going to do to finish our project is I've got some different gravels and stones here. And what I'd like to do is put some on the top of these so that it just sort of finishes them off a little bit. Just like that, we've taken an old cinder block and made it into a great gift for Dad. I work here part-time at Brookside Acres Greenhouses, which is 9290 Buffalo Road in Mifflinburg. And I also have some of my silk and artificial items for sale at Country Pickers, which is at 145 East Chestnut Street in Mifflinburg. So we sort of run back and forth between the fresh to the everlasting.
Yes, and this is our beautiful fresh season. So
That's
it's great
correct.
to work with some plants and have our hands in the dirt finally.
Yes, again.
Terrific. Thank you, Keith, and I wish you a very happy Father's Day.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.